right there today. Look at that. Look, you guys, there are others here today. Others, and not just any others. And are you 80s dancing in the background there?
I am. I'm doing Thriller.
Yeah, you definitely are doing the Thriller dance. You and the rest of the world. Hey, everybody. Yes, you're not seeing this wrong. This is not a mistake. It is Saturday. The Brother Sisters with Gen-Xperts, Jim and Tammy Peters, on a Saturday, because that's when we could fit all of this in, because we are all doing our Thanksgiving thing. Look, there's a Thanksgiving background. I just put that on. Oh, look, there's comments already. Oh my gosh,
Ooh.
it's Susie. Susie Nelson is with us. Susie Nelson. Hey, I want you to know I got your email. This is for Susie. We're real quick. I'm going to aside here. Susie, I got your message. As far as I know, Wisconsin and Michigan are reciprocal. So reach out to the Department of Education and see what they do. They're probably just going to want you to make sure you can pass their basic skills test and make sure you can, like,
Count to 10.
$100. Count to 10. Have $100. There you go. Okay. All right. Sorry about that aside. Anyway, you guys, here we are. So we've called in our Gen-Xperts for an important reason. As you may know or not know, MTV, which was the music television, which was a staple of the 80s, is going under. They're closing its doors at the end of the year. And the thing that maybe defined our generation more than anything else was music television. Agree or disagree? And Jim, Tam, go.
100% agree.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Oh, I have a question though. I thought I read that MTV here in America was going to stay, like the original MTV was going to stay on air. Is that not the case anymore?
I didn't.
I read that it was done on the 31st of December, but who knows? My data could be not updated. Okay. So
I thought I read they were going to concentrate on reality TV because we need more of that.
Right. Well, who wants music videos? I mean,
let's change to RTV.
No,
Yeah.
no more. Yeah.
I think there's a market niche there for us if we want to dive in.
Yeah.
To reality TV.
No,
Yeah.
get back into music videos because nobody's playing them anymore.
Yeah.
I would agree. You should start your own the home music video channel. The only time, I love that. I love that idea. So as a result of MTV going defunct and a generation crying no all at once, we decided that we would honor the 80s and honor MTV by presenting our Mount Rushmore of MTV music videos. And we actually have done one. We did a Mount Rushmore plus one. So we're adding that fifth head that everybody keeps talking about. And that fifth head is going to be whatever music videos we decide they are. So there you go.
Love it.
So yeah, so that's our format for today. It should be lively, I think. So Jim, Tam, we didn't get a chance to talk much before the show. How are you guys? You doing okay?
We're fantastic. Awesome. Gearing up for the holidays. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's happy. Life is good.
Excellent.
Winning planning.
Agreed.
Going accordingly.
Yep.
Yeah. Not us.
I haven't gotten my save the date card yet. What's up?
They haven't sent them out yet. Don't get me started.
They're a little tardy. They're a little tardy. That's what's coming.
My summer fills up quickly.
Tardy. What's that?
My summer fills up quickly. Tell them I need my save the date card.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yes, they're getting on it. They haven't picked up. Yeah.
Excellent. So, all right. Well, shall we get to this, Ann Brothers? Do you want me to take us through it today? Is our introduction?
Yeah, you go ahead. You take us through it.
As you can see, Ann Brothers is not in her home state. She's in her home state. She's just not in her home. She is traveling, and as a result of that, she's on her phone instead of her computer. So here we go. Welcome back. We are the Brother Sisters, Ann and Gen-Xperts. We are sisters. Our last name is Brothers. So you can go ahead and 6-7 that. 6-7. Let's go. Oh, Ann Brothers, you did that.
I like to remain relevant, even if it's irrelevant.
Good job. I just saw a couple of likes. You just got like 3 more likes. Way to go.
Absolutely. For the record, I gave a little quiz this week, and one of the answers on my quiz was 67. What? Yeah, I know. I'm a jackass. All right. So. All right, so we are in our 50s, which means we are Gen X. I believe the entire group here is in our 50s. Is there anybody in the group that has left their 50s yet?
No,
that's your brother.
Clinging on for dear life.
That's the spirit. All right. So yes, we are Gen X, which means that we spent a lot of the 80s watching music videos, and not just watching music videos, literally planning our life around when we could watch videos. So, be it Friday night videos or after school videos, that sort of thing. We talk about smart stuff, fun stuff, dumb stuff, or any combination of the three, as we are doing right now. We are not cool, hip, or sexy. We know this because we didn't know a thing about the Fire Festival. So, yeah.
Until we saw the documentary.
Until you watch the documentary. So,
the documentary. I did watch that. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I'd be like, Fire Festival.
I love documentaries. Yeah.
So I do too. All right. So yeah, knew nothing. I still don't know anything about it other than I believe it was a shit show and a lot of people left really mad. So
yes. But you see, Jenny, if we were cool, hip, and sexy, we would have been there being mad. But because we're not cool, hip, or sexy, we didn't have to go.
Not only are we not cool, hip, and sexy for not being there, we're even less cool, hip, and sexy because we watched a documentary about it.
Exactly.
Definitely more informed. Way more informed.
Yes. The meta of our not coolness just went up like five points. I'm like, wow, that's so meta. All right. Anyway. Okay. So we're not a true crime, celebrity, or influencer podcast. We are the MTV in its heyday of podcasts, meaning that whenever you turn on MTV, you never knew what video was going to be on. And whenever you turn us on, you never know what you're going to get. So that's who we are. That's exactly right. We never settle for one genre. And we will, we and you have your favorites. So there you go. We've been told we are good to listen to when you want to learn things about stuff. And today, we're going to help you get all up in your nostalgia. You're going to be neck deep in nostalgia. Instead of being neck deep in quicksand, which we were all terrified of as children because we're Gen X, we will be neck deep in nostalgia.
So true. So I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yes. You're welcome. This podcast is not G, PG, or even PG-13 because the fucking amazing Jim and Tammy Peters are here with us today. And a lot of times you guys will try to be good when we have company on, but you guys are family, not company. So fuck yeah.
I thought you were about to say fuck you. I was like, oh, it is family.
Feels like Thanksgiving already.
I didn't say fuck you. I said fuck yeah. There's a big difference. So fuck you. Okay, good. Now.
Yes, fuck you too.
Yeah, absolutely. So join us on our website, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Amazon Music. Like us, follow us, hit the bell, leave a review, give us your feedback on our questions and answers and our polls. And you can ask Alexa to play us. Alexa will play us. So
she's so nice.
Isn't she so nice? We made our Alexa English, so now she's even nicer because the English just feel nicer.
So polite.
Even though they're not, they just say it, they say it more politely, and so it sounds better. But really, they're just telling you you're a dick, and in their own way. I love it. Remember, you can support us for free. You don't have to do anything other than like, follow, subscribe, leave a review. Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. You don't even have to give us any money unless you want to. Then just send a check because we're Gen X and that's what you did. You wrote out a check at the grocery store. We all waited in line behind that lady that's writing the check.
And then put it in a register there.
That's still Tammy.
No, it is not.
Oh, you still have checkbook.
Because our channel won't take anything but checks.
Mm-hmm.
I get that, yes. I still have a checkbook too, and I still use it from time to time. So, all right. So let's take a moment. Let's talk about smart, dumb, and fun stuff. Anne, let's start with you. Give us something smart, something dumb, something fun.
I did two smart things this week. First of all, I went for a walk in the woods this morning, and it is deer season, deer rifle season in Michigan for hunting deer. So I wore my orange hunting hat, my orange stocking hat, as I walked in the woods, so that people wouldn't think I was a deer and shoot me. Second smart thing I did, this was years ago. I love quiche, but I don't like making quiche because I don't like the feel of the flour and the dough on my fingers. So I made Duncan learn how to make pie crust, and now he's like this awesome pie maker. And so he made all the pie for our pre-Thanksgiving dinners today, and I'm super excited about them. So
yeah, Duncan makes a great fucking pie. He does.
He does.
The dude has figured it out. So yeah, well done, Ann Brothers. Way to make Duncan work harder for stuff. Yay.
Exactly. So yeah, so those are my 2 smart things that I did this week.
Nice. I didn't do anything smart. I survived for another week and managed to make it to my break. That's the smartest thing I've done all year. So yay for me. Tammy, what about you? Smart, dumb, or fun this week?
I had a lot of fun this week. 2 of my
Yeah.
girlfriends had birthdays, and so a ton of us dressed up like grannies and went out to dinner.
Oh, fun.
I love that.
So much fun. The whole restaurant was laughing.
What time did you go to dinner?
Actually, it was 6. It wasn't early. I wish it.
Yeah, that's not.
They were full, and people were taking pictures of us and talking. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
But to make up for it, we did go out at 4:30 last night.
There we go. We did go out last night for 4:30. Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. Susie Nelson had some commentary about Duncan. She says Duncan makes great pies. That's what your mom says.
I already like Susie.
Oh, yeah, you do.
You love Susie.
Yeah, Susie's like a can of fudge. Like fun. There we go.
What your mother said.
Fun in a can. No,
that's good.
All right, Jim. What about you?
Smartest thing I've done in a long time. Gym that I go to here locally supports the Special Olympics, and they host the athletes once a week for some training. And I went and volunteered. And man, you've never been around a cooler group of people. That's so fantastic, great. All the way around.
I love that.
Good time spent.
Well done. Well done, computers. I love it.
Smart
so
and
cool.
fun.
Smart and fun indeed. Look at we are such a diverse group. You guys all do fun things, and I just talk about my job. Yay! I love that for me.
You're at the end of the semester. You had survival on your mind.
Well, the hardest stretch of any school year is the beginning of the year to Thanksgiving, because there's nothing to kind of break that up, and so you just grind it out. So that's what we did. We ground it out. Now it's kind of nice because we have 3 weeks, and then we have Christmas, and then we have 2 weeks, and then we have semester break, and so the winter is it's just a little easier. So there you go. You guys, shall we get into our Mount Rushmore of stuff? So I wanted to just put this up here because I love the pictures that you chose, Ann Brothers, for this. The Mount Rushmore. We've got everything from Madonna to Michael Jackson to Annie Lennox in her Eurythmics days, and that dude from Flock of Seagulls. That's an iconic haircut. When we refer to kids that have this haircut, I'm like, oh, he's got a flock of seagulls going.
Great.
And they look at you like a deer in headlights.
What?
Exactly.
Yeah, what are you talking
exactly.
About? Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and get into this. So, Jim, we're gonna start. So we're gonna go. We're gonna give our number 5s, our number 4s, our number 3s, our number 2s, our number 1s, and Jim, we're gonna go ahead and start with you. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, on the screen. Here you go. I have your number 5 as.
That's right. Walk This Way, Run DMC. What a groundbreaking video. So much fun. Back in the day, I never imagined that the genres of rock and rap were going to intertwine like this, but they absolutely fucking nailed it. And I could still hear that. So I could hear the first little 3 or 4 drum beats to begin the song, and I immediately know where I'm at, and it takes me to a time and a place, and it's just fantastic. Both bands, amazing. By the way, Aerosmith was on a downhill slide prior to that video, and that just shot them right back up. And they had a second or third run as a rock band that was unequal. They were phenomenal. So
that is 100% true.
Yeah,
that is. Because one of the things I wanted to talk about real quick, I'm going to put this on the screen, is first off, some fun facts about MTV. MTV went live at 12:01 a.m. on August 1st, 1981. It was the first music video played was what, Gen-Xperts?
Video killed the radio star.
Yes, the Buggles. The Buggles.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the second one was?
I don't know.
Pat Benatar. What a MTV rock star.
Nice. Yeah.
Is that Duncan? Hi, Duncan.
For sure.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Say that again, Duncan.
He said, "What's going on?"
With that.
Happy early Thanksgiving.
He says, "Happy early Thanksgiving."
I love it. More fun facts about MTV. Initially, only residents in parts of New Jersey could watch the channel. The hosts on MTV were called VJs, otherwise known as video jockeys. MTV helped make performers, including Michael Jackson, Madonna, and Duran Duran. They made them megastars because of the heavy play on the station. It didn't hurt that was a bunch of good-looking people. And Currently, the last air date for MTV will be December 31st, 2025. Now, Jim, I want you to go ahead and start us off, and you did that great. Now, a couple of things that I think makes a great music video, and I would say um, Run DMC's Walk This Way falls into that. You need a strong concept, so that's visuals, emotional, and an aesthetic impact. So great videos know how to make and evoke some sort of emotion. Strong direction and cinematic craft, and that's something that I think you saw, especially in the '90s. You saw the craft of the videos, and there's still a lot of rawness, especially in those early videos and on MTV, as people were kind of figuring it out. Performance, is there charisma, or is there vulnerability and attitude? Are they innovative and creative? Replay value, I thought this was a good one. Symbolism, Easter eggs or just things that that keep you watching. Clear intent and great execution. A great video doesn't have to have a huge budget, but it needs to be, and I would say Walk This Way is a great example of that. That was not a big budget video as far as I'm concerned. So there you go. We have a comment real quick. We have a comment from first we have Lori Worrell. Lori Worrell, hey girl, hey.
Hi, Lori.
What's happening? And then Susie's heard you make a good pie big. Oh, that was for Duncan. Sorry, Duncan, you missed Susie's commentary. Sorry about that. So anyway, back to the list, shall we? All right, Ann, you're coming up next. Let me get your list up here for number 5. Let me get that off of there. All right, here we
I
go.
had
Number 5.
Every Step You Take, the Police. So the summer that Jenny and I went to California, and we really got to spend some serious quality time with MTV. The Synchronicity album had come out, and this was like one of the first videos I saw on MTV, and I was just like, it was black and white. It was so moody and angsty, and I thought it was super sexy, and I was like, yes, I love this video, I love this song. I didn't really put it together that it was really about obsession and stalking until I was a little bit older, but I thought the video was so dark and brooding and angsty, and it's just like, oh yeah, so noir.
Super, super stylish. Yes, noir. Great word. Great word.
Yeah, it was super stylish. And, a lot of videos then were not stylish. They were kind of ham-fisted, and, this was more cinematic than most videos at the time.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
So
it took Tammy to point that out to me, that it was very stalker-esque. I'm like, it is? And then I looked at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, it is.
Well, in the 80s, Gen X thought stalking was love.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Oh, she might need a restraining order. Okay.
That was creepy. You're right.
You're right. That was creepy. We just thought it was love. Well.
Yeah. Fun.
And Jeremy.
All right, Tammy, here we go. You're number 5. There it is.
Take on Me. I think it's time for its special effects and ideas, and it's one of the first videos I thought of when this topic came up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really have a lot to say that because I didn't know we had to have a number 5 to the last minute. But anyway, so this morning you'll love this though. We did watch all of our picks this morning, and
nice.
That was one of them on the list. So just the innovation of it and story of it, and I'm like, oh, did he die? No, look, he comes back. I mean, it was just so fun. Yeah.
Flipping. And here's the thing. I actually think this one ended up on everybody's list somewhere. Yeah. So not to spoiler alert it, but we might as well talk about it right now since it's up and running. It's amazing to me that this video came out in '95 when things were, that's what it just knocked you out your socks off, and I found myself wanting to watch it again and again because there were so many little things that were happening throughout the video. I'm like, I must watch again. And
did it 95 or 85?
We'll say that again.
Did it come out in 95 or 85?
85.
85.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I was so amazed at how she could go into the comic book and it could come out of the comic book. I was like, what is happening? Yeah. In 85. Yeah. Now it's like everyday kind of stuff, but
back in 1985, it was not typical at all.
No.
All right. So that brings me to my number 5. And my number 5 is, and I wanted to put this higher, but I just couldn't find room for it higher. Love is a Battlefield by Pat Benatar.
Yeah.
And I thought I would hate this video when I rewatched it again earlier this week, and I didn't. I loved it just as much. And again, I'm a sucker for a video that tells a good story, and you're going to see that a couple of times on my list. But this is one of them. It's I can't think of the dude's name. He was in Bull Durham and he was in Raising Arizona. I'll have to look up his name real quick. The actor. Hang on, give me 1 second. Because this was one of the first videos where you had people that were starting to
How cool is that? I didn't know this.
yeah. Yeah, so I'm trying to think where Trey Wilson. So Trey Wilson is in this video. He plays her father. So like when the video starts, Pat Benatar is on the bus because she's left home and she's running out of the house and her dad's yelling at her and it's Trey Wilson and he's like, "Don't come back, blah blah blah." And then she runs off and her mother's like, "Oh, don't go." And she waves to her brother and all that. And then we see him a couple of times during the video where he's regretting his choice of kicking her out of the house. And we have this iconic metaphorical dance scene where, because they're all streetwalkers, but they're not streetwalkers, they're just dancers. And so the stream where they dance it out because, in order to fight their boss, their terrible pimp boss. And I love the metaphor of that. They're like, it's the 80s. We can't show real violence. We can't do real fighting, but we're going to fight you as best we can.
By dancing.
And by dancing. And it's great, lots of shoulder. It's 80s dancing to a T.
Yeah.
So yeah, just love that. I think that video is awesome. So anyway, that's my number 5. All right, so heading back to Jim for your number 4. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, there it is.
There was my take on me. So I love this video, right? Oddly enough, so this video, the storyline between the comic book hero and the reader is actually a continuance from their previous video. Who knew, right?
Okay.
And I got one more real quick. The animation process they used was called rotoscoping. And it was where the artists would take live video clips and they would trace over it. And it took them months and months and months to get it done. Wow. That's how they got the live. Wow. They had live action video and they traced over it. So who knew?
That's cool. Hey, we have a comment from Susie about Love is a Battlefield, and let's take a moment with that. She said all the dancers were from a runaway shelter in Los Angeles. Oh. And I did not know that. That is an excellent fact, Susie Nelson. So that's really cool. That's from Love is a Battlefield. And, the thing is, there is those women in that video do have sort of a raw, rough look to them. And it's like, it's because they're real people. So
that makes sense. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's fascinating. So I did not know that. Excellent commentary. Way to take part, Susie Nelson. I love it. All right, so we are going to Ann. Your number 4. Here it is. For real.
My number 4 was Sledgehammer. Yeah. Sledgehammer, Peter Gabriel. What? Hello?
Yeah, and it's all you.
I can you hear me?
Yes. We can hear you. Can you not hear us?
Okay. No, I can hear you. I just you interrupted me and I thought it was because you couldn't hear me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's a bunch of background noise. My sister-in-law just tried to call me. So, it's a very Williams Thanksgiving. So sorry about this. Duncan keeps coming in and out, like I'm not doing a podcast or something. Anyway. So anyway, my number 4 was Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel because basically I just thought it was cool. It's like stop motion. It must have taken them months to film. And I just thought it was very innovative at the time. And it was not only was it innovative, but again, I thought it was well filmed. I watched a couple of videos last night and they were so terrible. It was like Echo and the Bunnymen and The Cult, and oh man, they were so bad and so poorly filmed. And I just thought, a Sledgehammer at the time, like they pulled it up a notch, so everybody else had to catch up with that. So that's what I liked about it. It was just really it was bizarre, and you had to watch the video a few times just to constantly see how it was changing. And I just thought it was really, really cool. It wasn't necessarily my favorite song of his, but man, did I love the video.
Well, and that brings us to one of the points that I wanted to kind of talk about with videos is that it's hard sometimes. You can have a great song and a terrible video, and you can have a terrible video and a great song. That they really are almost two different art forms. So, you know, and I would say I disliked that song and I disliked that video. So for you, Ann, the video is in on your Mount Rushmore, but maybe the song is in your favorite. So, Jim,
Yeah.
Tammy, your thoughts?
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Great video, but I agree. It wasn't one of my favorite songs, but that video was pretty fascinating.
Yeah, the two bands I'm repping here and here, great 80s rock and roll music, but not known for making the greatest videos.
No.
So they didn't come near my list.
Well, and I would reference too, when you say a great song, bad video that destroyed someone's career is Rock Me Tonight by Billy Squier. That destroyed his career because it was so bad.
Wow.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's prancing around.
He's dancing around in his pastels.
You know, he's like a rock star. Now he's pastels and flashing paint everywhere.
He got weird. He got canceled before canceling was a thing. A long time before canceling was a thing.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Sledgehammer wouldn't even be in my top 20 Peter Gabriel songs, let alone in my top 50 songs. But man, did I think that video was, I was like, it was just so, it was so not where I grew up, you know? It was like, it was so, I was like, this is what art must be like.
Yeah, there you go.
I just thought it was annoying. That's just me. All right, Tammy, we're going to your number 4. Here it is.
All right. So how I pick my videos, because Jim asked me earlier today, why did you pick this, not this particular one, but another one later down the line? And it was like the first that came to my mind. And I started thinking, why are these the 4 that come to my mind? So this one, Here I Go Again by Whitesnake, Tawny Kitaen. Do I need to say any more? She's dancing on cars. She's doing gymnastics on the car.
Nice cars.
Nice cars, Jaguars, both black and white Jaguars. And it just, I don't know, just stuck out in my mind. Unfortunately, she didn't go down a very good path after that video. And this video made this song a mega hit on the radio too, because everybody loved watching her on these cars. And she happened to be dating the lead singer of the time, Dave, what's his name?
Coverdale.
Dave Coverdale. They got married. Of course, that didn't end well, but I mean, that's just basically it. It just stuck out. And it does say that this is one of the most recognized images of the 80s, this particular video. Yeah, I looked that up. Yeah. I didn't do a lot of research because I just, lived it. So, but that was one.
And again, though, if you look at impact, here's something that got referenced in Wayne's World. So this obviously had an impact because it shows up again, 10 years later in a movie. So they're like, oh yeah, this made an impact.
Right. And if it's in my head nearly 40 years later, I'm like, well, it must have been an impact because, Tawny Kitaen again. So
Tawny Kitaen.
And it's funny you mentioned that, Tam, because Jen and Ann, when you guys have asked us to be on in previous episodes as Gen Xers, whenever we've done it, I've had to spend a ton of time. Like, oh my gosh, I couldn't even think. And I had this list in about 13.2 milliseconds.
Yeah.
Like, this list was so easy
for
me. It was like right there because it feels like yesterday.
Yeah.
Where I can't remember what I did. I had a harder time coming up with a good thing that I did this week than I did my favorite 80s videos.
Right. Isn't that funny? And then the other thing to Jim, like, isn't it funny? We know every word to every one of these songs, but I couldn't tell you the chorus to a current song right now.
I definitely have some thoughts on that. Joe and I go to music bingos on Thursday nights, and it's so fun when they do even like music from the 70s or 80s or even the 90s. But as soon as we get to like the early aughts, you're just like, oh, can we go now?
Yeah.
This music,
which makes me feel like, it makes me feel a little bit old. But you know what? Fuck that. Who cares? All right. Let's go to my number 4. It is okay. I went a little off the rails on this one, but I couldn't help myself. I went with a Experiment 4 by Kate Bush. So for those of you not familiar with Kate Bush is basically a knight in shining armor in England. She is a goddess in England, and she is popular in America and has kind of had this little resurgence of popularity with her song that was in Stranger Things a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. But Kate Bush is she is out there. And so this song is about a couple of scientists that build a machine that can kill people with sound. And the video is about that. It's about these two scientists that make a machine that kills people. it's kind of this army super secret thing, but it's so cheesy and delicious, as only Kate Bush and only the 80s can manage that in the English. And at one point, that scene, I'm trying to think of it. Okay, that scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark, not Raiders, yeah, where they have the lady that kind of pops up out of the coffin at the end, and then she turns into a skull. Well, Kate Bush pulls something like that off in this video as well, and it's amazing. It's so bad, but I think it's also just really does a great job of telling this story. Again, there's all kinds of these, English actors in it. A young Hugh Laurie is in this, the guy that played that one doctor, that one smart doctor. There's a guy from Game of Thrones that's in this video.
No way.
There's what he plays, Master Aemon. He's in it, or Maester Aemon, and there's one more I can't think of, but there's again recognizable English talent in this video. It's hysterical. So I went off the rails, and I went with Experiment 4 by Kate Bush. So yeah,
I wanted to pick something by Kate Bush because I love her music so much, but this is an example of how much I love her songs and hate her videos.
Her videos are traditionally really, really, there's something uncomfortable about watching Kate Bush perform. I don't know what it is. It's that kid that doesn't know or understand social cues. I kind of feel like Kate Bush is doing that in her videos.
Yeah, I think so too. I was like, okay.
Yeah, all right, I get it. So, yeah. All right, so that's my one. All right, so Jim, we are moving back to you. Let me get back to my correct folder. All right, Jim, this is your number 3.
Number 3.
I have some thoughts about this, but we're going to go ahead and put it up there. Jim's number 3.
Well,
it's personal.
This will be for reasons that you're not aware of, but I'm about to educate you. It's not because in 1991, MTV came out with their 300 greatest videos of all time, and this video was number 1 in 1991. I know. I didn't make the video. I didn't make it. And there was another one. There was VH1's 100 greatest songs of the 80s in 2006. It was number 2. Crazy. But the reason it makes my list is because I was fucking there. I was at McNichols Arena in December of, I think, 1986, I believe it was. And they shot this video there.
So he's in it.
I was at the concert. It was a concert in the round. Tesla opened for Def Leppard. Fabulous show. Unbelievable show.
Did you say family show?
Fabulous. I said fabulous show. Not a family show. Although today it would be. Today it probably would.
So he's in the video. That's why it's his favorite.
I'm not really in the videos. Yeah, but anyways, I was super impressed because it took them like literally no more than 2 takes. They came out, pranced around. They did it as an encore, like at the end of the show, and they nailed it in like 2 takes, and off they went to their booze and hookers and blow. But anyways, I was there. I was freaking there, and it was great.
Okay,
now it makes on me. Def Leppard, yeah. I was gonna say only 2 takes. Oh, really? I couldn't tell.
Hey, don't be a hater. And number 1 video. Don't be a hater.
Is that possible?
It was the 90s days. It was 91. That's how it's possible.
I agree.
Oh, all right.
I agree.
So my friend Heidi would agree. Def Leppard. There you go. You have supporters. You have backup. You got backup for lots of it.
That's what I'm talking
about. All right,
about.
what's your commentary, Jen? I'm curious.
No, I just I do like the song. How could you not? But I was gonna say that is not a Mount Rushmore video. I get why I get it now though. So I'm gonna back off my comment. I'm gonna back off my commentary.
Yeah, because Jenny and I were saying when she was going through your list, I'm like, isn't that a concert video? But now I understand the personal effect it had on you. So
this is my list, Eddie. This is my list, Eddie. If you don't like it, you can.
Is this the part where you tell me to go fuck myself? Okay. All right, so now we're going to Ann's number 3 on the list. Here it is, Ann, number 3. Go for it.
Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Cyndi Lauper. So this was, totally 80s. it was so, again, so different from my life. Like this girl managing her parents instead of being managed by her parents. And I just was like, wow, she was fun and crazy. And this video was fun and crazy. And I wanted to raid her closet so badly. And I was just like, yeah, girls just want to have fun. You know, that's, it was just so different from my own life. And I was like, how does a girl get a life like that? And that's it, you know, that's what excited me about it. It was just like, here was this woman performing and not having to be sexy and just being herself. And it was just like, this is what I admire this. This is something that I want, and I want my life to be like this.
Well, what was fun about that video is that that was still fairly early in the MTV genre. That song popped out in 1983, and the video was so fun and outrageous and hilarious that how could you not, enjoy that video? It was joyous. That's one of the things I really liked about that one, is that it wasn't super serious. Nobody was brooding.
There was no dogs flying. There was no curtains blowing. And the guy that played her father was like a professional wrestler.
Oh, that's right.
It was Andre the Great. Was it Andre?
No, it wasn't Andre the Giant. It was another dude.
Yeah.
It'll come to me probably like next week.
Well, and I think this is another example of a video that really helped project her and give her some stardom, because she had already came out with, I think, 2 albums at that time that were not successful. And then after that video, of course, she exploded, as we know. Yeah.
He's definitely a star maker. Definitely a star maker.
Yeah.
Captain Lou Albano.
That's it, Captain Lou.
Yep. Oh. Captain Lou.
I'd have come up with that in a week or two, for sure.
Once again, a little bit of star power, just a little bit in there. So it was like that little thing that made it even more special. So
yeah,
for sure. Heidi, and she said, great song, and loved Cindy as well. Way different than the halls of Sturgis High School. Yeah, that's an understatement.
Yeah.
Well said. Well said. Excellent. All right, Tammy, going for your number 3. Here it is.
Yeah. So we have to have Madonna in here, right? So,
yes.
Okay. So Like a Prayer to me just came to mind because I remember all the controversy that surrounded this video. And I really liked the video. I thought it was interesting, and I loved the song. Where the controversy mostly was around the video imagery, which included the burning crosses, the stigmata, and the Catholic, I'm going to say this wrong, iconography. 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 I kept practicing that. Obviously, I failed. Anyway, it did provoke some global critics of the religious groups. It combined a lot of themes with religion, race, sex, social injustice. And that, it comes from Madonna herself. She talks about those burning crosses were really more about social violence and the injustice of race at that time. Pepsi was involved. They used that song before that video was released in their commercials, paid Madonna a lot of money to do so. And then after all that backlash, they pulled that commercial immediately. Now, Madonna got to keep the $5 million. But
yeah, she did.
Yeah, so they dropped that ad campaign and her, but let her keep the money.
Nice.
But eventually, in the end, it ultimately became one of the most influential videos of the genre because of its controversy and the pushing of the boundaries, the storytelling, symbolism. And in the end, she won the Viewer's Choice Award in 1989 at the MTV Awards. So, it starts out, oh, this is horrible. And it ends up, oh, she's the best. She's so smart. So, yeah.
She is.
Yeah. Well,
Madonna
I have a love-hate relationship with Madonna myself, but
Madonna would make a Mount Rushmore list of greatest business music people ever. She knew how to market. She was brilliant in doing so, and all this controversy just led to sales. Sales.
Sure. Like it that much more, especially if you're a teenager like I was.
Absolute genius.
Yeah, if you're a teenager in your early 20s, that made you like it even more because it was controversial. I have a little love with Madonna. I used to absolutely love her, dressed like her, the 9. And then when we went to a concert of hers, showed up 3 hours late. It was a month after the theater shootings in Colorado. And she shot the audience with Tommy guns and had blood splatter in the background. So we walked out. I was it was terrible.
Rude.
Very terrible.
Rude.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
I still like her music. I still listen to it. I'm not gonna lie, but I'll
We
never
forgive
fix it.
her.
We forgave her. Yeah. Anyway,
She was
but
having
that's-
a Well, I'm gonna piggyback right on that. I'm gonna go with my number 3, which was Papa Don't
Nice.
Preach, also
Yeah.
by Madonna.
Also, I was
Uh,
thinking that one too.
and I went back and forth. I sat and watched both of them back to back, and I just think Papa Don't Preach is a better video. You know, in terms of cinematic, telling a story, such a good story. I think it's well filmed. Madonna's performance in this video is excellent, I thought. And I love the fact that Danny Aiello's in it because
That's
he,
right.
you
I forgot
know,
about that. Yeah.
Mhm.
he adds weight to that already, and it's just I think it's well shot. I think it does a great job of capturing what this young woman is going through. And again, it's another fantastic pearl clutching Madonna moment. I mean, like if there was ever a woman that made people clutch their pearls like Madonna did, this is another great example of that because
Yes,
she
did.
was promoting teenage pregnancy, and how dare she sing a song about, you know,
Yep.
that's something like we don't talk about. And then, of course, in the song, she's talking about how she wants to keep her baby, as if she would flaunt this terrible thing that she did, you know. And so
Right.
that was one of those videos when I was young. I watched it every time. I just loved it because it gave me the feels at the end when,
Yeah.
you know, they have that instrumental moment where her and her dad are like apart from each other when she finally tells him, and then they finally come together and then they hug. It's so great. I told you earlier, I'm a sucker for cinematic story, and this is another really great story
And she's
video.
the queen of cinematic stories.
She is. She
Yeah.
is really, really good at that. So I
Yeah.
thought she just, you know, I got the feels with this video. So there you go. That's my my number 3. We're heading back over to Jim for your number 2. I said number 2. All right. This one made me laugh out loud because I totally get this one.
Yeah, you see, you got to understand time and place. I was a adolescent male in the mid 80s, and this was talk about a video that gives you the feels. Well, there you go. Now,
I didn't say maybe different feels.
now it just happens. I mean, ironically, the teachers in the video are ex like Playboy Playmates and Miss Canadas and things like. I mean, who's counting that? What I care about is Hot for Teacher is the last video and single that Van Halen released prior to Dave's departure. So that was it. That was the end of the first iteration of Van Halen, which many would argue is by far the greatest. Lots of Tammy fans out there who would come in behind. I got a couple of neat Easter eggs for you on this video if you ever care to go back and watch it. So one of the teachers is dancing up on her desk or whatever, and behind her on the chalkboard is a series of numbers written down. The numbers are, and I wrote them down, 20, 9, 8, 19, 25, 12, 15, and 8. If you take those backwards and put the corresponding alphabet letter on that number, it says, holy shit. How about them apples, huh? See, you tune into Jen and Ann, you learn something every week.
Exactly.
This is the place where you learn things about stuff.
Find that spot in the video, which is great. And then lastly, Waldo. You guys might remember the little kid. He didn't fit in. He was a little nerdy. Tries to get on the bus. Everybody. So Waldo's voice is played by none other than Phil Hartman from Saturday Night Live.
Oh my gosh!
How about them apples, huh? So there you go. So it's not all debauchery thing. This is like high class, highly thought of, like music production video stuff, or Almost Naked Girls.
Heidi's take: if Hot for Teacher was a dude, it wouldn't have stood a chance.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, Jim, here's the thing now, because of your insights, I will go back and watch that video as soon as the show is over today, because why wouldn't I?
You will giggle. David Lee Roth was a co-producer of the video, and he's obviously, his big flamboyant personality is all over everything. You might remember them dancing around in their tuxedos doing their little deal. That was Dave and the Donettes, I think, or something like that. They had a corny name for him. It was great.
God.
Yes.
Yes, that's awesome. All right, Ann Brothers, your number 2. There it is.
Of course, Take On Me. I think if you haven't really noticed about my videos, it's not as much about story as much about how it looks. And, if it could be innovative and interesting and be provoking to me visually, then I was all in for it. And that's what Take On Me was. It was just so visually stunning and interesting. And I was just like, I'd never seen anything like it. And then you started to see stuff like that all over the place, Again, another video that put AHA on the map. I think they've been around for a while, and this video just really shot them up to the top. And especially, this was like in 1985 when people were like, what else can we do with videos? They're not innovative. They're not interesting anymore, And here they did something that was super interesting. And then they started using it in film and in TV. So I was just like, there was a lot of things that started in music videos because you had this short amount of time to really get something across. And then you see it all over the place in other genres.
And you can see that with the evolution of music videos is that you started to attract some really excellent directors to music videos. Many, I look at like David Fincher as a really good example of somebody that started out making music videos, and now he's one of the best directors around, in my opinion. So it was a vehicle for maybe young and up and coming directors to try to start making their craft, and that's the coolest thing about it. I think.
Do any of the music nerds out there know what the note is, the high note that he hits in the chorus is?
No.
One of the most iconic notes of any song ever, right? It's E5. E5.
I was gonna say
way high up the register. As a point of reference, I think Taylor Swift in one of her songs, "Cruel Summer" or something like she hits E6.
Wow.
Right, can Mariah Carey hit E5?
Mariah Carey can hit whatever she damn well pleases.
She can hit E10 if there's such a thing,
So E5, there you go.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's outstanding. All right, so Tam, we are going to your number 2. Here it is.
Home Sweet Home.
Nice.
All right, so this is another one. First came to my head because this is what I remember college days. We'd gather in dorm rooms, or we would go down to the lobby to watch that daily countdown on MTV. Home Sweet Home, we know is always going to be on it because it was always number 1. And because of that, MTV changed their rule. It was a daily countdown, so every day that position could change, the number 1 position for the best video, and it did not for 14 weeks. 14 weeks, Home Sweet Home was number 1. So at that point, MTV said, you know what? No, we can't do this anymore. So after 30 days of a release of a video, these songs were no longer considered for the daily countdown. So
so here's my question on that one, on Home Sweet Home. Was it that people love the song, or was it that people love the video?
I think a little bit of both, and I'm getting to that. I'm getting to both. I'm getting to that. So back to the rule. It is, they reference that as the crew or rule crew, right? Rule crew.
Yep.
Anyway, so back to that. So here's my point about what you just asked. That song was not circulating on the radio very well when it first was released, and once that video hit, all of a sudden it was number 1 on the radio as well. So that video actually propelled that song on radio airplay as well. So that was another little fun fact. Yeah. And it was also the beginning of the power ballad for these glam rock bands. After that video came out, number 1 for as long as it was, that became now the new formula for all these glam rock bands. Had to come out with a power ballad. Look at Jen. Oh my goodness. We had Poison, Cinderella, Skid Row, Bon Jovi.
So they're the ones responsible for that. No.
Yes. Even Guns N' Roses.
White Shark, did they have a power ballad?
Yes. So it's one of the defining rock ballads of the 80s. Again, just my biggest memory was, again, we were 18 years old. We loved that song. We loved that band, and we would gather to watch it every single day. So there you go. I have no fun fact. Honestly, I watched it again today, and I'm like, it does tell a story about what it's like to be on the road and how hard it is to be away from your family. Of course, we see scantily clad women.
What?
Debauchery in it, because it was the crew. I mean, it was Motley Crue. We don't expect anything less. But some critics said it softened their image. I'm like, I'm not sure about that. But anyway.
Make them more relatable somehow.
Yeah. More relatable. Yeah. Maybe I won't get chlamydia from them. They seem like nice boys.
I'm not sure the girls that they were hooking up with cared about that. They were just cared about being with the band. But
fine, I can get some penicillin. It's fine.
Okay. They got medicine for that.
Exactly. All right, so rolling into my number 2. Again, you guys, there really isn't much I need to say about this. We've already said it, but yeah, again, it was one of those things where I didn't want to put this video on my list because I'm like, everybody's gonna have this on their list. I don't want to put it on my list, but you know what? It belongs on the list. It belongs on the list.
Agreed.
So, undeniable.
Not
So
my
there you
jam,
go.
but it is worth it. Yep.
Yeah. You know, the funny thing is that album itself is actually really good. Take on Me is not the best song on that album. So shockingly enough, there are others that are significantly better. It's just, you know, time and place, so to speak. So yeah. All right, now that concludes our first 4. Now, here's my thing. I don't really feel like we need to do a big reveal for the number 1. So, Jim, I'm just going to go to yours and let's just talk about this because number 1 on all 4 of our lists, and I think both you and Jim put "duh" as number 1. Number 1 is Michael Jackson's Thriller, duh, and I'm like, yeah. So let's talk about what is, I think, probably the most best video. Yeah, best video ever. So
yeah.
So stick with me here on this analogy, but in my lifetime, there have been 2 Michaels that have made me like who brought me stuff I'd never seen before, and I knew I wasn't going to see again. It was Michael Jordan and Michael Jackson. And so far, it's true. Like, I've never seen anything like it. I've never heard anything like it. And yes, of course, transgressions and all that aside, there was nothing like this video. Like the anticipation for it. I was at a buddy's. I was at David Lewis's house. He had the clicker box remote control to the TV
with a cord.
Dude, we were dialing for all the pregame, and it delivered insane. That's a time and place thing that will never leave me. He was just different, and he was that great. So I have some fun facts for you, but you guys go first.
Well, you know, the first time I saw the video was at my friend Christine McCarthy's house. And I was just like trying to memorize it as it went on because it was just, I didn't want to miss one single moment because Jenny and I grew up without cable. Mom and Dad were never going to get MTV in a bazillion years. And so, you know, we had like very few opportunities to watch it unless we were like babysitting or, you know, somebody that we knew had MTV, and Christine McCarthy did. So the first time I saw that video, I was like, it was like a film. It was like a small film instead of just a music video. It was like a short film. And I was just like, the dancing, I just was mesmerized by it. Again, you know, it was telling a story, but it was the visual. It was, for me, it was the visual. It was a little scary. And then, of course, they had Vincent Price. Again, just a little bit more star power. Yeah, you're right. Time and place. And it was just like it. I always go back to that one place. Not a huge Michael Jackson fan. Honestly, I didn't want to put it on my list, but I was like, I can't not have it as number 1. It was too iconic for anybody that was Gen X. Too iconic.
Well,
you can't
even the star power behind the camera. I'm sorry, Anna, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but the star power behind the camera, John Landis. You know, Jackson loved American Werewolf in London, and he wanted to bring that into this video, so he hired John Landis to do that for him, and he did. He succeeded at that. But this video almost didn't happen. Michael Jackson almost scrapped the whole thing after they filmed it. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, because of the horror imaging and he was afraid to offend the religious Jehovah's Witness folks. And so as a compromise, John Landis talked him into putting that disclaimer at the beginning. Do you guys remember the disclaimer?
Yeah, just talking about his beliefs and
I wrote it down. In no way does this reflect belief in the occult.
Yeah, due to my strong personal convictions. Due to my strong personal convictions, I wish to stress that this film in no way endorses a belief in the occult. Michael Jackson. That's what it said in the beginning.
You know, and it's funny too, because during that time we were in the middle of the satanic panic. So that was another thing that was like, oh, is he a Satanist? You know, you can't watch the video because he's into Satan. And we were right in the middle of that. So that was smart. You know, it's like maybe people didn't believe him, or maybe some parents didn't believe him, but man, did it bring, you're right, Jim, did it bring more viewers?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Well, that and the promotion of it. Do you guys remember the promotion?
Yes.
MTV world premiere.
Mhm.
Video. What do they call it? Well, they call it a world premiere, and then like hold on, I have
World
it
premiere
written down
video, yeah.
Oh
No,
yeah.
and that's Susie
Major
Nelson
TV
saying
event.
that she had a party that night.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, Suze.
We all sat around that TV on December 2nd, 1983 to watch that video for the first time.
Mhm.
We watched it this morning, and all those feels came back.
This
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and I said you can't not have this as your number one video. You still have people flash mobbing it in Korea,
Right.
today.
I think they're still doing it here in the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it was a worldwide phenomenon.
It truly
And
was.
we're still, here it is, 40 some years later, and we're still referencing it. We're still looking at it. We're still talking about it. It was that good. And frankly, I never really liked the song Thriller. I thought it was cheesy and stupid, and again, this was one of the last releases from Thriller. Thriller came out in late 82. This video came out in 84, and it was one of the last releases. And what a way to go. What a way to get a song, all of us paying attention to a song that was kind of corny and weird. So there you go.
Well, it also propelled that album to being the best-selling album of all time.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
He
yeah.
said people start buying it again. And when he died, when did he die? Did he die in 95, 97? No, I'm sorry, 2005, I think. And my friend's son at the time was 10 years old, and he memorized that dance. And he was doing it in our front yard.
Nailed it.
He was 10. He never even saw the video. And well, until Michael Jackson died, obviously he looked it up then. And
2009.
2009. So he was 10 years old, and here he is doing that little dance out on, I don't even know if he was 10. He might have been 8. The whole thing. He did it from beginning to end. And I was a little tipsy, I'm not going to lie. And I'm like, I want to go to college with that kid.
Here's one.
that's,
Here's one. I bet. I bet they had. They could get back.
Yeah.
So this video cost $500,000 to make. By far at the time, the most expensive video ever made. To fund it, Michael and John Landis sold the video to MTV and Showtime for $250,000 a piece.
Wow.
What a bummer. I bet you they wish they had that one back.
Yeah.
And it's funny too, because there were like feature films that didn't cost that much to make at that time.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And it was, oh my gosh, just off the chain.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So good. I mean, if we're still talking about it 43 years later.
Yeah.
Here we are still talking about it. Yeah, for sure.
It was our moon landing. It was our moon landing.
There you go.
I got one last fun fact. So
Hit me.
Ola Ray was the girlfriend, right?
Mhm.
Beautiful and all of that. Do you know who they originally cast and she turned it down?
Who?
Jennifer Beals.
Oh.
How about that? I don't think it would have changed it much because she was beautiful as well. But
she probably wished she could have that back too.
Right, no doubt.
She would have been a better choice because the young woman that played the girlfriend was terrible.
She went great. Yeah.
She wasn't a good dancer.
Jennifer Beal would have been would have been an upgrade for sure.
Yeah.
So
she said no, thank you.
God, that's crazy. That's
She
amazing.
didn't want people to think she was a Satanist.
Right.
There you go.
Probably. So, there you go. All right, you guys, we are creeping up on our hour. So
we
this
made
was
it.
a really spirited and excellent list. I love the fact that though we had some common ones, we also had some diversity on this list. I think that's awesome. And it's one of the things that I was kind of talking about was that this idea that you could have an honorable mention list, but the truth is there's too many. That's impossible to even come up with a list. I mean, you could have 100 people giving you this list, and I believe you would have 100 different lists for various reasons. So that's why I think this one was particularly a fun one.
It was hard too. I do think if you had 100 people do it, they'd all say Thriller would be on that list.
I think Thriller would be right there. Thriller and Aha would be on almost everybody's list.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Look at how young those two look. Oh my goodness.
That was about 4 or 5 years ago.
What are you talking about? You guys are both dewy and young. It's true. So.
It's true.
It was in 2019.
So let's give a huge shout out to our Gen-Xperts, Jim and Tammy Peters. Thanks you guys for coming on because awesome you guys are also super fun to talk to, but you really you brought the insights, you brought the facts and figures, which is awesome. Got a little comment from Heidi. Guys are so fun. Do this again with maybe the 90s, and I'll share you out. Love you guys. Made my day.
Thanks, Heidi.
Having a plex. Yes, I'm glad that we could have Alexa play all those songs for you. So because we're friends
Thanks,
with
Heidi.
Alexa.
Thanks, Heidi.
Rock it out.
All right. So well done, everybody. You have survived another hour with the Brother Sisters learning things about stuff. Today you learned about the Mount Rushmore of 80s music videos, according to us and our Gen-Xperts. Remember, we want to hear from you. We had some great feedback today. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you, Susie, for joining us. Thanks, Lori Worrell. And remember, you guys, we want to hear from you. Please answer our polls and our questions. Please give us your questions, concerns, comments, and
Confessions.
That's right. Join us next week. Oh, don't forget to leave a review on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. We want to hear from you because it's super fun and, it's free. You don't have to do anything. You should join us next week when we talk about something.
Exactly. What? We don't know. It'll be a surprise.
It'll be a surprise for one and all, but whatever it will be worthwhile. As you can see, we've been a little bit busy and we haven't been very good about planning our shows, but that's okay. We have things in mind. I don't know, man. And maybe this is the time where we finally have that interview with Alexa. So, I don't know.
You're going to be coming back from Colorado, so I don't know what we're going to be doing. So,
well, theoretically we'll be back on Saturday because we're not.
Okay.
So I can have the day on Sunday to try and figure out my life before I have to go back to school. So anyway,
we'll do the Mount Rushmore of tools or pies or something.
I love that. Mount Rushmore pies. There we go. All right. So anyway, join us next week when we talk. When you guys tune in, and you will learn things about stuff. Until then, I am Janice Brothers. With me is my sister,
Brothers,
and our Gen-Xperts,
Jim and Tam.
Jim and Tam. That's right. Again, you guys, thanks for joining us. We want you to get out there, do something smart, do something dumb, do something fun. We are out of here.